Hello and welcome back to our Range Specialist Rogue Trader playthrough. I'm Shadow Coast and welcome to the channel. In our last episode, we were trying to find the Inverse Gang, and after doing some research on another playthrough, I realized that we cannot progress the mission rot until we talk to Lord Takara. So we are going to actually head over here real quick to the Adeptus Amasecusl, and then we will eventually head over to talk to Lord Takara, and then
I
progress
always
the
have a
mission
backup
rot
plan.
to rid the footfall of the Anvers gang. So as always, if you're enjoying this playthrough, please be sure to drop a thumbs up and comment. That support really keeps me going. It does take some extra effort here to record and post videos. And on top of that, just as a quick reminder, this is our iconoclast with minorly dogmatic playthrough. So just given the fact that it is very difficult to progress these things, we are going to at least try to get to Votary rank 3 so we can get Courage and Steel, hopefully, and then we will kind of debate on putting some points in Dogmatic. We only need a few more to get Grim Determination, so we'll kind of try to decide how to play this. We might grab rank 1 quickly here before filling out Votary, but we'll see how this kind of plays out. The +3 only each time is very difficult. You're right. All right, so under the floor you can see the remains of the void ship. Oh, here we go. It seems um, void ship's life support system. It seems that whoever dismantled the vessel decided just to leave it in place. Good
Is there money
to
to be
know.
made?
We have
What do we have
some
here?
injuries. Wow, we are very perceptive. We can perceive things through
Keep your wits about you.
the door. Alright, we're gonna grab that stuff. Let me see here.
Let us not dawdle.
Grab those goods. Octavia. A burly woman with a wealth of fiery hair is in the process of tinkering with some unknown device that is clinking melodiously. She has a rough-looking implant in place of her lower jaw. As you approach, the implant begins to move um, as if independently of the rest of her face. Welcome to the Adeptus Amasecusl, sir. What can Octaviana get you? Amasec, hello, something more interesting? Octavia freezes in his place. I can't be. Are you Sister Argenta? The Sister Argenta? The one who has the worst scum on football shaking in their boots? The whole station is talking about you. And here you are in the flesh in our humble Amasecusl. Argenta is known. Argenta stops Octavia's turn of adoration with a calm gesture. No more. I seek retribution against transgressors, not glory for myself. Despite her words, you catch a glint in Argenta's eyes. You can tell she's enjoying the enraptured attention. What is this place? You're in the oldest watering hole on football, sir. The Adeptus Amasecusl is the only Adeptus one can find on football. She laughs hoarsely. I'm Octaviana. I serve drinks, lend an ear, and if it comes down to it, quite the rowdy ones. Folks usually come to the Amasecusl for either pleasure or business. Might I ask what brought you here? I was just curious about the place. Well, it's sure nice to know that this dive piques the interest of people other than thugs and boozers. Then again, the Amasecusl is like a Grox. The outside's horrible to look at, but the insides are remarkably useful if you know what you're doing. Sitting at this bar often puts folks in a talkative mood, and I don't see anyone paying me to keep quiet. Visits from eminent individuals like yourself boost the status of my establishment, so I can repay you by sharing what I've overheard. Some of it might be help you out in your dealings. All right, no doubt you've picked up a lot of local knowledge working the place. Do you know anything about the Envers gang? Maybe I do know something, but let's not shout about it to the whole bar, all right? I'll be here long after you walk out of this bar, and the Envers respect no agreements, laws, or other gangs. You look them the wrong way, and you're dead. Good to know. Anyways, the point, those Anvers are scum among scum, the most unhinged goons you'll find on football, and even other unhinged good goons want nothing to do with them. They have no hierarchy, no territory, nothing. Only a nameless leader who most of the Anvers haven't seen once. Their leader sends them leaflets with inspiring messages. Followers are recruited by other followers. The liege tries to bring them into line, but it's like this. You clear out one group, and in the meantime, 5 more spring up elsewhere. Like I said, no one knows who their leader is or where their leader operates from. But here's what I've noticed. The most recent Anvil leaflets, the ones so fresh you can smell the ink off them, always show up in the same area on the Big Slum asteroid. Let me show you where it is real quick. She uses a drop of liquor to draw a basic map right on the bar. Round right here. I'm positive they're printing their little poem somewhere in this area. Alright, how are things here on football? Haven't been to our fine station for a while, have you, sir? As per usual, there's never a dull moment. Either someone's getting shot in a square, or some rich guy's going on safari to hunt commoners in the shadow quarters. Sure, the liege makes sure that the local shenanigans don't get in the way of business on the station, but what happens on the outskirts adds a little spice to our life. We make do, but the real trouble is, with everything passing day, it gets harder to find grub. I heard that some horrors are happening in the void outside for Abundus. Not all ships are making it here, and the Liege's old patrons don't seem to be in a hurry to help. It's taking a toll on Vladame's authority, and if his authority wobbles too hard, he'll have plenty of people lining up to take his place. Alright, good to know. Um, it's been one thing after another. I figured I was due for some me time. Give me a splash of the local hooch, would you? Octavia looks at you closely, then takes a bottle from a shelf and uncorks it. The transparent, pungent-smelling liquid quickly fills a glass and sits between you. Pascal hisses quietly, and he says in an insinuating tone, "The alchemical composition of the substance is known to me, but never before have I come across such an unusual application, an exquisite path of martyrdom in honor of the Omnissiah." Alright, let's take a good look. See, the glass contains a liquid that is clearly made from spent Promethean. This is moonshine, virtually unfiltered, that quickly blows the drinker off their feet, and while imbibed, regularly turns their liver into a bubbling sponge. Um, uh, we're gonna try to tough it out. Oof, we succeeded. Liquid burns your tongue, then your throat, then your stomach. It takes your breath away, but after a few seconds, warmth spreads throughout your body, and your head feels a little lighter than usual. Octavian clicks her tongue in approval. That's the second time I've seen a noble drink that octane blend without wincing, but I won't offer you any more. I just set the thing aside for such an occasion. Octavian grabs a dusty, unopened bottle from under the bar and clean glass. The amber liquid splashes against the crystal walls, and she adds a couple of black pebbles. The soft, spicy aroma tickles your nostrils. Alright, you said the second person to drink that octane blend without wincing. The first was Caligos Winterscale. Ah, we're in good company. That's right, the head of House Winterscale himself used to come here often. Impressive guy. True, whenever he and his officers came through the door, the locals would find themselves a hole to hide in. Drinks weren't the only thing his lordship liked knocking back. If someone so much as looked at him funny, he'd paint the walls red. Drink? The Amasecusl warms your throat pleasantly. You can make out a hint of spice and the flavor of an oak barrel and a distinct earthy aroma. You feel a little more at peace and reach to the bottom of the glass sooner than you like. Alright. Odd name, the Adeptus Amasecusl. What makes you say that? Do you know where you're standing? On the deck of the Martyr's Endurance, a sacred vessel that once belonged to the Adeptus Administratum. 100 years ago, the bureaucrats sent a missionary to establish a department, set up some kind of record-keeping overhaul, footfall, and make everything here follow a billion laws to the letter. As you can see, it was the Martyr's Endurance and its inhabitants. They got overhauled in the end. I don't know what happened to them, but the locals like to come here to make deals and count their money. Like before, in this temple, the Imperium's accountants. Over there, you can see even the signs have been preserved partially. A great place, and the new name fits perfectly. You like it, I'm flattered. It's not often that we get important visitors here, and it's even less often that they really appreciate this place. I give you the latest. This one might interest you. A tale I heard from a tipsy voidborn from a cargo barge. They exited the warp halfway between Forabundus and Aviaris system, and they came up upon a shuttle wreck adrift. The shuttle was registered to the inevitability of Triumph, a merchant ship that disappeared decades ago. She was bound for football. Her cargo holds brimming with valuable goods, but she never made it. If anything at all survived the shipwreck, it could be quite lucky find. Here's another tidbit for you. So another rumor. That's great. Here's another tidbit for you. Some poor sot was here bawling about how his crew tossed out the whole shipment of cargo along with the trash, and it was his fault somehow. He hid the fact, and once they docked at football, he immediately went on the run. No surprise there. Had they discovered his blunder, he would have been executed. I don't know what sort of cargo it was, but the ship he served on usually goes between football and winter scales one round. She passes the Hundred Dreams crossroads in Lagrange's belt. If you happen by that area, you might want to look for whatever that idiot chucked overboard. That will do for now. Alright, dump cargo. Till next time. Got some good insight at the local watering hole.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Alright, let's carouse.
Unexpected result.
Canter used contain cheap Amasec. Alright. Is there anyone sitting at any of these tables?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Gorgi, could it be that someone actually wishes to keep me company? Allow me to introduce myself. Gorde Skatov, architectural historian. You look deeply despondent over something. What happened? Here I go again, pouring my heart out to have you disappear in 10 minutes, just like everyone else before. But all right, here's the story of Gorde Skatov, the unluckiest historian in the Imperium. I was born 2 sectors away from here. My family was quite influential, which allowed me to dedicate myself to my great passion, the history of Imperium architecture. I spent a number of years studying every scholarly work there is to find on this art, and then once had inherited my family's fortune, I traveled and documented the development of architectural thought on different worlds. Until one day, oh, that accursed and blessed day, until one day I came into possession of something quite special. Gorde pulls out what looks like a book or an album with some homemade leather covering out of his bag. Both pages in the binding look well worn. Here it is, my undoing. This is an authentic booklet titled Dwayne's Design, one of the thousands that were printed centuries ago, in the times of footfall's construction. What a curious read. Please tell us more. As Cassie takes a shy step forward, Gorde smiles and shows her some of the faded pages. Footfall's founder, Lord Parsimus, who obsessed with his creation's grand fortune. This booklet describes in detail what Footfall was meant to become upon its completion. Dozens of asteroids turned into glorious palaces and temples, massive bridges spanning the void itself, and the marvelous flying buttresses. The archivolts of the exterior arches, the elegant arrangement of blasters, in the interior, polyphorous, 10 stories tall and more than a kilometer long, cyclopean light tubes that catch light of fair abundance and use it to brighten the halls in the heart of the asteroids, stained glass windows and mosaics, bas reliefs and statues. Engrossed in his own description, Gorde stands and starts tracing the outlines of arches and galleries with his hand. Yuri blinks sleepily. Keep listening. Emerging from his reverie, he catches himself, blushes slightly and loudly, and flops back in his seat. I apologize. I got carried away. But you must understand how deep an impression this book left on me when my young self picked it up. I simply couldn't think about anything other than footfall. I was ready to give my life just to see this incredible station, and of course, no matter how hard my friends and loved ones tried to dissuade me, I still gathered all my savings and set out on a journey. It's no easy feat to cross 2 sectors, especially for the common citizen, albeit one that has some resources at his disposal. I had to change one ship after another at a time, being forced to on transfer words, waiting for a vessel headed in the right direction, or for the warp disturbances to subside. The voyage took me a total of 107 years, and in real space time, of course, for me it was much less than that, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 or 35. And then after all those years having spent all my savings, I reached my dream. And what do I see? A dump in a place of exquisite portico, metal anthills clinging to the columns, the marble tiles pilfered by paupers to use as cladding for their hovels. It's been a dozen years since I came here, and I still haven't recovered from the shock. I had suspected that not everything in the booklet would exist in reality, but I never expected to see football in such a sorry state. Oh man, that kind of sucks. Um, uh, it is like stumbling upon the horrible decomposing corpse of your beautiful beloved. The warp, like a shameless thief, is guilty of stealing the short span allotted to his servants. But what sense is there in spending half your life on such an enterprise only to then lose your spirit and waste the remaining half on nothing at all? So the ink and paper can lie and cause pain. Does this mean that all I have ever read about will one day disappoint me with the ugliness of reality? But you're an architectural historian. Is what happened to football not part of its history? Gordy shakes his goatee in thought. Yes, football's current appearance, slums fused together, the remains of the majestic palaces, is a unique phenomena. I would be curious to observe if other places have taken after it, thereby solidifying it as a new style of architecture, or if it is still remains a local oddity. My word, you certainly know how to provide an unexpected perspective on things. Be it as it may, I just wanted to say thank you for hearing me out. Over the dozens of years I have spent on football, not one person has hung around long enough to listen to my story to the end. It was such a delight to have shared everything that's been weighing on my mind. I'm poor as a church mouse, but I still have something to offer you as a token of my appreciation. After studying the booklet thoroughly, I discovered something interesting. A ciphered message scattered throughout its pages, taking on the form of a riddle. It describes certain places of interest on football. I believe it is the work of the booklet's creator. What if these riddles lead to something? A wondrous discovery. I'm gladly share what I have learned with you. Riddles. A flash of burning, almost childish curiosity brightens Cassie's austere. Um, Tell me about the places these riddles lead to. The first location for the riddle isn't far from here. It's a bridge that was supposed to go through the center of this district and into the void towards a neighboring asteroid. Only a couple of its spans were built, even those lie in ruins. Still, if the cache survived all after all those years, it's there somewhere. The destroyed bridge and the shadow quarters may contain a cache left by voters of football. Second location is the lantern of the great cathedral. A lantern is a small tower on top of a dome. You've seen football's atrium, haven't you? The whole atrium is just a nave of the former little cathedral. The Legion's entire so-called palace would have been inside what was meant to be not but a single room. The great cathedral, had it been built, would have been even bigger, but alas, its construction was just getting underway when died and the work stopped. The lantern from its dome, however, uh, had already been built and survived. It was brought inside the atrium and dubbed the Chapel of St. Drusus as a warrior. Football's great cathedral was never built. The turret would have been crowned in colossal dome now located in the atrium where it serves as a chapel. And that's all I know. I wish you luck in your search. All right, we got some rumors to
Is there money
to
to be made?
execute against. Um, so let's use some logic.
The machine god grants me
The
insight.
new of Adeptus looks eerily similar to the design of an internal scanner of fuel compartments. Okay. See.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
All right, grab some good goods. Um, Medicaid.
Operation
Lumps of
successful.
sawdust. Alright, just doing a quick save. We are heavily injured, so I don't know what
I always have a backup plan.
awareness. Oh, by the thrones, that him is it the poor sap who got his tongue cut out by the invers. Um, that's the one. I think he was from the Casablanca. Well, his troubles are over now. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Upholstery of dirty sofa moves slightly as a soft hissing can be distinctly heard from the depths of the furniture.
See, right there.
Ooh, mastercrafted power mall. Hmm. We'll give you a power mall for now.
I always keep my options open.
Alright. Hey, Riza, you seem familiar. A woman looks to be in her 40s and is surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skull. Looking for something specific? You buying or maybe selling? Don't be shy, just ask. Old Riza here knows all kinds of folks. My boys will fetch you anything you desire. Alright. Grandpa Bachfal says hello. Riza's face breaks into a broad smile. That old rascal, I thought he croaked in the mines a long time ago, but old man Baklaval's still alive and kicking, you say? Me and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together, and oh, the weird and wonderful things we've stow acquired. Pakvaz wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. You must have done him a good turn, and because of that, old Rises got you. They're going to give you a special discount. You gain 5% discount on items from a Fellowship of the Void faction. All right, let's see what you have to offer. I mean, I don't understand the point of. I guess we got reputation, and then maybe there is like a discount here. 13 to 20. Um, pirate chainmail. I mean, all these we can't afford, so I don't want to blow my. 11. Oh, that's a needle pistol. Pyromancy. I kind of like this staff. Let me see here. Arc Militant Boots. Whenever the wearer performs a melee attack after range attack, the target. That's not helpful. Shotgun. Whenever the wearer attacks damage at least 2 enemies within 3 cell radius. Kick ability. Ooh, that's important. That's nice. Alright, so nothing here sticks out. So who are these boys you work with? You heard about how the Clipper St. Cognacious got hit recently. The cargo was cleaned out, everything of value taken. Well, that was my boy's handiwork. We call ourselves the Fellowship of the Void, an association of enterprising like-minded people who help the upstanding citizens of the Imperium rid themselves of possessions that are weighing them down. Notice Abelard's face twists in disgust. It would seem that he has rather strong opinion on the individuals to whom Riser references as the Fellowship of the Void. Is that so? Very well, let's return to our discussion here. Sorry about that, just sneezed. What kinds of goods are you willing to buy? Tech is always best. No sweat, we'll fix it or take it apart. Good to know. The handling of sacred technology by laypersons uninitiated in the Amasecusl priesthood is a Category 8 blasphemy. Do you mean to threaten me, tech priest? Well, then I'll keep a record of this conversation too. I wonder which of us will feel the harsh and hand of justice. Will it be me standing in chains before your brethren, or you standing in an airlock before my boys? Alright. Can we just run over here and...
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay. We...
Is there money to be made?
Where is... Oh. Thank you for the goods. Alright, so...
Rise to the top, or
we are
get left in
gonna
the dust.
head back here. Alright. So, real quick, we're gonna jump into some rumors here. Stolen Stars. Decky's ghost ship called the Immovable Troop missing. Nope. Dump cargo. Nope. Destroyed bridge on the shadow quarters may contain left by footfall. Alright,
Keep
so
your wits about you.
the rest of footfall. Let me see here. We're actually gonna go.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, here we go. The small nook of the stone is empty apart from dust and a few scrapes of paper. There's evidence that the cache once had been here. Couple note only has this small fragment and text left. You are on the right path, seeker. The other caches.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Alright, is this the... Um,
I always have a backup plan.
okay. That's fine. Let's go ahead. And we're gonna... I'm not sure what happened. You are on the right track. The other caches. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. Footfall is great. Cathedral was never built. The turret would have been crowned. Its colossal dome is now located in the atrium where it serves as a chapel of St. Drusus. So we're gonna run over here to the atrium. And then from there, we are going to have to head over to Lord Takara. So we're just making progress. Wait, does this make sense?
As it should be.
So cogitator would be enough to break any tech restart. The rite of operation has been repeated. Alright. The design. The greatest Parsimus Dwayne intends to conquer the Cronus Expanse to build the most grandiose structure. The great Parsimus intends to conquer. Spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform no function more. Okay, so that was
Keep your
not
wits about
what
you.
we were hoping for. Anything up here? No, what did it say? The turret.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I think there was... I mean, maybe over here? Ah. You're on the right path, Seeker. Remember the place. Small quay, large windows. Alright, dreams and stories. Now we've triggered it. The hint mentions a small quay and large windows. Sounds like parts of Footfall's Avoid Dock Row Alpha. I'm intrigued by this rumor. Let's kind of see this through fruition, and then we are going to potentially call this an episode, depending on timing here. I don't know why this is.
I always keep my options open.
Alright, what's going on? Dreams and stories. The hint mentions small quay and large windows.
I always have a backup plan.
I'm not sure why this is all. Must be a bug. Ah, kids. The answer is close secret. Remember the word realizing. Remember the place. A tunnel in the shadow of a bridge in the shadow of the great statue. Alright. They mentioned tunnel. This part of Shadow Quarters is currently under quarantine due to the possible outbreak of disease. Alright, so we can no longer advance that part of the
There's no
story yet. Again, it's kind of weird that it Fog of War kind of reset. So we're going to go to the atrium. Oof. It's gotten slower at loading. I'm not sure why. Come on. But then we're going to have to load again. So we're going to head over here, and in the next episode, just looking at time, unfortunately, we will pick this back up. If you want to watch more of this playthrough, please be sure to drop a thumbs up and comment. Really appreciate your support. And hope to see
Keep
you
your wits about you.
in future videos. Let's just go down here. What's... Oh, can skip that.
I always keep my options open.
Alright. We're going to call this one. We're going to talk to the Liege and work on progressing in the next one. Thanks for watching. Shadow Coast out.